Hello everybody, and welcome to another one of these fast Christmas reviews before I start drawing and getting all of the nice title cards for 2014, because there's so many things come out at Christmas. I've still got 2 other reviews to do today. So yes, for the second review of the day, let's talk about Angry Video Game Nerd Adventures, which was released recently on Steam, and what we think about it, shall we? Or, you know, review it in the best sense of the word until I actually start writing scripts in 2014, because I'm starting now. I've got a few pictures now where it's like, oh god, so much stuff has just come out at Christmas, this is crazy. So, yeah, we might have to wait till 2014, but anyway, the game, that's what we're here to talk about. So, Angry Video Game Nerd Adventures. First of all, when I say it's perfect, it's not perfect. There are things about it that are perfect. Things that the Angry Video Game Nerds team, James Rolfe's team, have got spot on. There are other things that are not so spot on. One of the things that is spot on is like the power-ups, as you just saw there with the Glitch Gremlin. With the Glitch Gremlin, it can freeze time, and it can help you so much at certain points. So I think they have balanced the power-ups perfectly. We'll see another example, I believe, coming up, because this is post-commentary. So I believe I freeze this thing. No, I died, so never mind. But yeah, so they did balance the power-ups very fairly. The graphics look perfect, like, because he is going for a 8-bit style or 16-bit style, as if it was on an old NES Sega Genesis. So the art style works very well for what he's going for, and the controls themselves is one of the main key features that I want to bring up right now. The controls are perfect. I don't know what it is about the controls or how James has programmed the controls. It's probably not James that was the one that programmed it, it was someone at the Screw Attack team. But I'm just going to say it's James for the moment to make it easier for this review. But yeah, I don't know how James programmed it, but the controls are perfect. They are like Super Meat Boy controls, in the sense that when you jump or shoot, you can feel if you're using an Xbox controller, which I highly recommend. If you're using a controller and you press a certain button, you feel like you're pressing that button. Like, so if you press jump and you fuck up the jump, you feel like it was your own fault most of the time. I say most of the time because it depends on the obstacle, which we'll get into the obstacles a lot later, because that's one of the things that's not so perfect. But in terms of the actual control of the jump and how much control you have over jumping and shooting, like that there, it is perfect. The controls are very perfect. And the other thing you can get is secret characters, which just improve the controls drastically, because each character has their own special ability. Like, for example, Mike, which we don't have unlocked on this playthrough because there are multiple playthroughs, which again we'll go through in a minute with the difficulty. But things like Mike have higher jumping and better jumping, so when you jump as Mike, you can feel like you're in control of your jump, because he jumps in such a way that you can control precisely how he jumps. Like, he can jump so precisely because that's his special ability. So Mike's jumping controls are perfect. The nerds are still very good, and when you jump, you feel like it's you jumping, so you can do like, you can tap the button for a small jump, or you can hold it in for a big, long, high jump, or as high as the nerd can possibly go, and as long as the nerd can possibly go. So, controls, 10 out of 10 on the Xbox controller. There is nothing I can fault about the controls. The graphics, very nice. Everything is bright and colourful. It's all in a 8-bit style, which is what he's going for, and he's done a very good job of making the game look like an 8-bit game. So again, 10 out of 10 for the graphics. Now we're going to start on the slope downwards after this one. But last thing which I'm going to say is perfect, the music. I love the music in this game. The music kicks ass. It is just, oh, it's so nice. It's so nice. I wish I was in a better level, because the music in Future Footballs is a little bit, you know, average. It's kind of like, it's the space theme, but now I wish I was kind of in like the hell level where you've got the guitar, the rock guitar, because the hell level is so good. So yeah, the music, perfect. It goes well with wherever you are. Like, this has a very space-like theme. You can tell in the background, just listen for a moment. So you can tell it's got that kind of futuristic theme, so the music always I can't remember what the word is, contemplate is where you're thinking. You know what I mean though, it always goes well with the level. Like, if it's space, the music is space. If it's for example fantasy, the music's fantasy. If it's the last level, which I've just realised I won't spoil for you in case you are thinking about getting the game, the music suits the last level. All of the music goes perfectly with the level that it's supposed to go to. So I cannot fault the controls. I cannot fault how it looks visually, because he was going for an 8-bit theme and he pulled it off great. And I could not fault the music, because the music always contemplates or goes well with the level that the music is attached to. So they're the good things. Let's go on to the bad things. The first bad thing, which you've probably noticed by now, is the nerd's actual dialogue. Also, actually, before we do that, I will talk about the one broken character, which is the guitar guy. Seems I did this in post. The guitar guy, yeah, just look, he's broken as shit. So this attack that I'm using with the guitar guy, basically his musical wave that goes up and down can go through walls, as you can see there. It's going through walls. It goes through every enemy's defense, so even if an enemy's defending, the guitar guy breaks the enemy's defense, and he just wrecks shit. The guitar guy is overpowered. The guitar guy is so overpowered. And on my first playthrough on easy mode, because there are different modes which we'll go into in a second, but in easy mode, the guitar guy was pretty much who I stuck with throughout the way through the game, and it was the guitar guy that beat the final boss, not the nerd, the guitar guy. Just look, the guitar guy is overpowered. The guitar guy is wrecking everything except for the giant metal cocks, which are invincible, but, you know, that's just something to expect. I mean, you can't really kill a giant metal penis, but yeah, the guitar guy is overpowered, so there is always one overpowered guy, and it's the guitar guy, but all of the others are, you know, fairly okay. And we'll move on to the bosses. Seems we're at the boss, because, you know, I talked about how overpowered the guitar guy is. As for the bosses are really inventive and cool in the fact that each one of the bosses is a reference to either an old nerd episode or a episode that, or an enemy from a game that they've already been in. So as you can see, like this boss here is from the Nerd's Atari Jaguar review, and it's the Where Do You Learn to Fly girl from Cybermorph. So I love the bosses because they are either like the games he's reviewed, it's like they're getting revenge on him, like because he called the Cybermorph girl an asshole, so now she's going to kill him, or it's reference to just something the nerd made up himself, like in the hell level you're fighting the devil, and the devil is the design that the nerd made in the Super Mario Bros. 3 review. As for the bosses are really difficult. Like, look how fast this girl is moving, and look at the shit she's shooting. However, if you stand, there's always one safe place, and as you can see there, if I stood in the bottom left corner, she could never hit me, like, ever at all. So, there's always one broken spot that you can pick, so even though the bosses look daunting and terrifying at first, they're not that bad. So, yeah, I'm going to show off all the levels now that we beat this level, and we'll talk about the bad aspects, because we've talked about all the good aspects. Now it's time to talk about the bad aspects. Also, I love this remix of Castlevania, so I'll just let you listen to this for like 2 seconds. Just kill these zombies or ghosts or whatever the hell they're supposed to be. And just get rid of him. When you won't hear all of the attacking, because I'll have to time my way over the spike. So here you go, listen to the music. Awesome. So yeah, we'll exit this level and we'll move on to the other levels, because I will show off all the levels except the last one, but only a few minutes of them. So this is the happy level, and this must, to me, has the best boss, which I will spoil. It's basically Princess Celestia, except she is completely deranged and insane. Like, it is an alicorn, it's a unicorn with wings, and she has a rainbow mane, so it's definitely Princess Celestia, but she is so completely deranged and kind of creepy, so it was kind of hilarious to see that, and it looks really good. But anyway, let's talk about the bad things, because I'm going to be showing off all the levels, and you'll be able to see for yourself what each level entails. Like, this level entails tunnel vision, where you can only see a certain amount ahead of you, and all of the enemies are just reskin, but we'll get into that in the bad things. So, some of the bad things. One you might have picked up on already is the nerds' dialogues here. Like, you are dead, that's fine game over screen. But when he like reads his little quote off, which no doubt we'll see again if I touch a death block, I can't remember when my next death comes up. But, you know, when he reads his dialogue, there we go. I'd rather have a hedgehog dump ass on my ass than be stuck here in this horrible bitch of a game. Basically, it feels like he wasn't trying, and you get one of those every time you're, every time you die, and it's like, yeah, it's funny when the nerd, like, reads off one of his rants, but when he does it on camera, it's all planned out, and he has a script, and he thought long and hard about what he was going to say about this quote, basically. Whereas here, it just seems like they got together and it's like, oh, we need some death quotes. I'd rather lick a skunk's vagina, I'd rather let a chimp take a dump on my face, and it just feels like very unreal. It's like he just written them down as fast as he could. He's like, fuck it doesn't matter whether they're good or bad, just put it in the game, fuck it, I don't give a shit, I don't need to put effort into writing the horrible quotes. So, you know, it, like, when it comes up and the nerd swears, it's fun to see, like, the first time, like, ah ha ha ha, you swore, but then it's just like, actually, your things on show are a lot better, your things on the show are a lot better, because you can tell you put effort into those on the show, where in this one you can't. But let's move on to the other bad things. So that's one bad point against it. The next bad point is the difficulty. Now, it's prized on being hard, but as I'm playing through the game and I've read the other difficulties, it seems like he's made it to the point where it just goes completely and totally unfair, to the point where you will never be able to beat the game on the highest difficulties ever without using some kind of cheat or hack. So if we just go into which ones haven't we been into? We've been into Assholvania, the Happy Fun Time Candy level, the Huge Footballs was the one we just did. I didn't mean to go into this level, but yeah, I'll exit out of this when I just talk about the difficulty. So yeah, basically the difficulty ramps up and up and up to a ridiculous degree. Like, let's look at this scenario, because this is a good scenario to use. So we got two ghosts going up and down either side, an instant death pit, or an instant death block, and a spikes in between the two death blocks. So that's the normal difficulty. In the easy difficulty, there was no ghosts and there was no spikes. There was just the two death blocks for you to platform in between. Now normal has thrown more shit into the mix, okay? So it's like you've thrown more stuff in, and you're just the difficulty hasn't been ramped up through my own skill, but because I have to dodge more shit, and that's kind of bad, because in hard mode, because as of right now when I'm doing this in post, in normal I've got up to the final level, I've got up to the secret level which you can't see, and it's like, I know once I beat that final boss that you are just going to throw more shit into hard mode. Like, I won't beat hard mode via my own skill, it's just I've got to dodge even more shit in hard mode. So you're just putting shit on top of shit on top of shit until it becomes impossible. And as of right now, this is the hell level, so I'm just going to pause once I kill this skull, so you can hear the amazing music in this hell level, this skull as well. Awesome. But yeah, so you see like there, or like here where there's 3 skulls flying at you. In easy mode there was 1 skull, so it's just like putting shit on top of shit until it gets to the point where you're not going to be able to beat it. And now we'll talk about the difficulty and why the difficulty is bullshit. So, in the difficulty, I'll explain 2 difficulties that I've got and the difficulties that I know are coming up. Well, I know all the difficulties, but let's just talk about them. So, easy mode, you get 6 hits. You see my beer up there? That's my hits. So you get 6 beers and unlimited lives. So you can go through every level as many times as you want. Okay, that's easy. I get that. In normal mode, you get 3 hits, so you get your 3 beers, and you get a 30 life count to be able to beat the level. So you got 30 lives to beat the level, but you have unlimited continues. That seems fair enough for normal for me. In hard mode, you get 2 beers, so we're getting a little bit bullshit now because you can only take 2 hits. I would have still kept the 3 hits, but you get 2 hits, 15 lives, so half the lives, and then I think it's 5 or 7 continues, and that's where I would have stopped. I would have been like, okay, that's a hard challenge. I could do it myself, I can do it, and it's going to be hard. It's 7, I've just looked it up by the way, because I'm clicking while I'm writing this. It is 7, but yeah, it's going to be hard to do it, but it's doable. So I would have stopped there. But then it gets really ridiculous. I'm just throwing my lives away for the game over screen so that we can do some more levels. But yeah, it's doable. But then if you beat hard mode, there are 3 difficulties after that where it's like, okay, you're just doing this so that no one will ever beat your game ever, fairly. Which is, if you beat hard mode, you unlock hard as balls, which is very hard. And with very hard, you get 1 beer, so that's 1 hit. Sorry. No, you don't get that till impossible mode. So in very hard mode, you get 2 beers, so you can take 1 hit. So you get 2 beers, 5 lives, and 5 continues, and all of the save points are invisible. So you don't know when you've hit a checkpoint. You only get 5 lives to beat a level, and only 5 continues. And the fact that you can only take 1 hit, and then the next hit kills you. Yeah, very hard, I get it, that's very hard. Maybe I would allow that difficulty. You know, just be like, okay, if you're like some crazy Asian skill difficulty, you can do it, you could pull that off. If I practice my balls off, I could probably pull that off. But you see, I've taken 1 hit. 2 hits, I would be dead right now on very hard mode. So, yeah. On very hard mode, I could probably pull it off with a lot of practice and a lot of failure. But then, he goes even more crazy to the point where it's impossible to get the achievements. Impossible mode, or total badass as it's called. No hits, like you don't have any beer. 1 hit, you're dead. 3 lives, 3 continues, no saving, so you can't save the game. You have to beat it in 1 run. Like if I quit the game now, I would restart from nothing. So in impossible mode, no hits, because 1 hit and you're dead. So no beers, 1 hit, you're dead. 3 lives, 3 continues, invisible save points, no saving. That is taking it way too fucking far. Way over the top now. I get it, you wanted to make a hard game. Very hard is where you stop. Not impossible. But impossible's not enough. Let's go to fucking YOLO mode. First of all, that word, I fucking hate the word YOLO. Why the fuck did you call it YOLO? Oh, I hate that word. I'm sorry, I have a personal vendetta against that word. But anyway, let's look at YOLO. No beers, that's 1 hit, you're dead. 1 hit, you're dead. 1 single life. No continues, no save points, and no saving throughout the game. You have to beat it in 1 perfect run. If you die, you've got to start from the beginning of the game again. No fucking way is anybody going to do that. That is points off for trying to just make the impossible game. I get you want to make a game hard, but that's going way too over the top. You went way too fucking far with your difficulty, and I actually watched an impossible run on YouTube. Like, I've seen someone try and beat impossible, and the best I've ever seen someone do is get to the secret world after you beat all 8 worlds. I've seen them get to the secret world on impossible mode, and they played their ass off. Props to you, man. And all of the crap they put in impossible mode, it's not like it's just, you know, normal difficulty with 1 life. No, it's not. They put so much shit in there that you're bound to die. You are bound to get hit because they've slapped so many obstacles, so many death blocks, so many spikes, so many fucking enemies on. Like, you know, in that hell level where I said there was 3 skulls floating towards me? There was 10 of the bastards floating towards you. No, that is taking your difficulty way too far. So, final verdict on the Angry Video Game Nerd Adventures. Good game, you took the difficulty way too far. If you're happy beating easy, medium and hard, then, you know, good to you. You go beat easy, medium and hard, you'll have a lot of fun with it. You'll rage a tiny bit, but you'll still have fun on those 3 difficulties. If you're an achievement hunter that's going for all the achievements, too fucking bad. You're not getting them fucking achievements without cheating. So, you know, fuck you, achievement hunters, because you gotta beat it on 1 life, no hits, no continues, no saving, no fucking shit. So, to you. So, yeah, that's points off. Also, the price point. $12.99, I think it is, let me just type this in on Steam, is way too much. Like, okay, if you were on the Steam sale, if you had this on the Steam sale for half price, like $6.99, that's fine. It's probably worth about $6.99, maybe $7.99, I can't remember the price, but it is not worth the $15 that it is currently being marketed at right now. So my advice is, if you want it, wait till the Steam sales. If you're desperate for it, then go nuts. But honestly, I would wait for it onto the Steam sales. Because by no means, it's not like Starbound where I'm just saying, oh, wait 5 years for an update. It's like, it's ready as it is now, but it's not worth the price. So, I would wait until it goes below half price in like the Christmas sale or the fall sale next year or the Halloween sale next year. And on that, the final verdict for the game is, it's pretty good. The difficulty is complete fucking bullshit. I'm gonna give it a half score of 3 out of 5. And I will see all of you in the other 2, which I have to do tonight. But probably not tonight, because it's like 6:30 now. And by the time this video saves, renders, and uploads, it'll be like 10 o'clock at night. So I will see you tomorrow for the other 2 reviews. And also, Azriel and Drager have just called me, and they've just heard me talk about the price point. So they want to talk to me right now. So I'll see all of you in the next one. Say goodbye, Azriel and Drager.
I can't breathe.
She's laughing. Go on, say goodbye, Drager.
I can't breathe.
She forgot how to breathe.
Alright, goodbye, everybody.